Okay, we're on YouTube right now. So hello, YouTube. Sometimes Spotify, we are there too. We're going to talk about consistency this morning. This is the immersion, a conversation, and I'm Bruna, the hostess. We have some questions to guide the conversation. And this morning I have with me Mateo, Sara, Edna, Fernando, Pedro, Luana, and also Luis. I think I mentioned everybody. I'm Bruna. I've been here on Talk and Talk since September 2021. I was about to say last year, but it wasn't last year. It was 2021. And I've been a hostess here since November 2021. Well, this is not a class, it's a conversation, which means nobody here is going to teach or to correct you. It's just a safe place to talk. Today we have 8 people here, so I'm going to split us in 2 breakout rooms. Please, in the breakout room, choose someone to read the questions and make sure everybody's going to have the chance to talk. Nobody is new here, like all of us, all of you actually are here for more than 2 months at least, so you already know how it works. If you want to just like choose a question and ask each other, you can do it. And if you need any help, there's a button down below called Ask for Help. You can just click and I can go to the room to help you. That's it, guys. I'm going to split us right now. Just need a minute to do it. And at 9:50, I'll bring everybody back so that we can check how the conversation was. Today, I'm going to have with me here in the main room, Mateus, Luis, and Pedro. And the other guys are going to the breakout room. All right. We're going to have 2 rooms of 4 people. And I really hope you guys enjoyed the talk. And at 9:50, I will bring everybody back. I'm sharing the questions one more time. Sarah said she came to get some tips. Yes, I feel you, Sarah. Me too. I really need some tips on consistency. And I'm gonna split us right now. So if you see the invitation, just accept and see you in 40 minutes. Let's go. Don't forget to introduce yourself. I forgot to mention it. So let's start introducing ourselves. I'm gonna ask Pedro to start. Pedro, let's go and share something new. How was your vacations? Did you enjoy this time off, the holidays?
Yeah, so it's a pleasure. My name is Pedro Coutinho. I'm 28. I'm from Poços de Caldas, but currently living in Guarulhos, and I work in a food company. One more. This lack vacation. What I did this last vacation?
Like, did you have or just the holidays?
Yeah, this holiday I spent with my family, but I was to the beach. I went to the beach, so it was cool. I think I did it not so special, but was a good holiday.
That's good. Okay, thank you so much. Good to have you here again. Let's hear from Mateus now. Mateus, we've seen each other, so I won't ask how the holidays were because I already know, but you can introduce yourself.
Okay, so I live in Curitiba. I live with my girlfriend, my 2 cats. I work as a freelance software engineer, and I'm trying to get a international contract right now. I'm doing a lot of interviews in English, and I think that's very cool. And I have a lot of problems with consistency.
I feel you. Yes. Thank you so much. And it's good to know you've been going through a lot of interviews. That's nice. And
Yes.
yeah, that's good. I hope you can get the job and the opportunity you want. Luis, how
Thank
about
you.
you? It's okay.
Good morning. Good morning. Hi, everyone. My name is Luis. I have 28. I live in Minas Gerais in a city called Martim Campos. Um, I like dogs. I like to ride a bike. I work with IT. And I think that consistency is very important. Sometimes we don't get too hard on subject, but it's important to keep in the vacation days, the last vacation days, I started to go to the gym and I'm trying to be consistent and keep going.
Yes, I feel you, Luis. Oh my God, this is my biggest struggle, going to the gym.
Yes, it's very hard.
Yeah, I was
I,
telling my mom yesterday, like I don't like going actually, I don't like exercise, and she was like, stop saying this, like be more positive, but I can't, I don't like doing it. Yeah.
Yes. For me, I don't like to, and for me, it's a little bit difficult to go to the gym because I really don't like the noise that I found there. I need to confess that it's too much
Noise.
noise for me. Yes, the sound. I don't like, but I'm keep going. I'm keep
That's
going.
it.
It's near. I choose a gym near to my house to avoid the option uh, for don't go. I cannot say, oh, it's too far. I will not go today, but
Right.
it's very near. I'm
I feel
going. I'm keep going.
very good. Thank you so much. And Catherine was right on time, like she joined us at 9:10. So let's go, Kat. How about you? Who are you? Introduce yourself.
Hi guys, I'm Catherine. I was in the another meeting, so that's the reason that I
It's okay.
get a little late. Um, and it's about the first question.
No, just the introduction.
Okay. Yeah, that's it. I study biology. I live in Rio. I have a dog called Bidu. He has 50 years old. And that's it.
That's awesome. He has a lot of he eats a lot of years, right? Like 15. It's a lot for dogs, right? That's cute.
Yeah.
Very good.
He's keeping very well. So
Okay, that's good. Thank you so much for sharing. Now we're going to start. Catch, I'm going to share the questions one more time. And today we are talking about consistency. Okay, this is the subject. So let's start. I think I'm going to mix a little bit the first and the second question because Luis has already started like talking about it. So what is the importance of consistency in your life? Is it easy for you? Is it hard? And how can consistency helps us to become more productive, or how can it help us? Let's start with you, Pedro.
Well, the importance of consistency in my life, I will say that totally, because like Luis say, I'm trying to work out again. So every day I'm waking in the morning, 6 a.m. to run in the streets. So this is very hard. And in the first week was terrible, but it's something that you start to get used to. So in the first day is hard, in the second is a little less and less and less and less, until the day that you are wake up alone and you want that, your body need that. So it's totally that. So before that, I used this time sleeping. So now I'm using this time working out. So I'm becoming better with my health. So and this is for everything. So study English. So if you came and studied one whole day, 24 hours, oh, this is very good, but isn't enough. But if you spend 1 hour every day during a long time, this will be better. So I think consistency is that will literally increase your life. So totally importance.
Yeah, definitely. And it's nice, like what the guy said on the video, like, oh, okay, like you can do something with intensity, but if you don't do it like consistently, it won't have the same results, right? So it's interesting to think about it, because sometimes we like, oh, as like you were saying, no, this week I'm gonna eat healthy and I'm gonna work out a lot, and then like
But
in the
only
next,
1 week is enough.
yeah, and then we just stop doing it, and like we kind of interrupt this process, right? So
And the other thing that I think is very important for our life, that is the cell phone. We think that not, but this consumes a lot of time in your life. So the social medias. So I didn't experiment last year. So I tried to avoid during 3 months the social medias, and I had a lot of time to use with myself. So it's something that we maintain the consistent is using the media. So this is something that we consistently maintain with that. So it was something that I had a lot of time to use.
I feel you. Very good. Thank you so much. Mateus, how about you? How is it for you? What do you think? Can you bring some insights you had?
Yes, of course. Well, for me, consistency. Actually, recently I have discovered that I have ADHD, that is TDAH in Portuguese. So people with ADHD have a natural disadvantage with consistency because it's very hard to stay for a long period of time interested in the same thing. So, and it's funny because I think the only habit that I have maintained for, I think it has been a year now. It's doing exercise. So of course, sometimes I fail, but I, the important is to come back to it. And I I'm being very consistent in at least going three times a week to the gym. And it's I think it's very good to when we achieve that consistency with something. And so I think it's very important to be consistent. Uh, uh, we can see the results, but actually, like you guys said, and what the video said, we just see the results after some time being consistent, and this is the catch because it's not a immediate instantaneous. There is not an instantaneous reward for doing the things that we must do.
Yeah, which is hard, right? Yeah, I feel you. Very good, Mateus. And guys, I must confess, it's really nice to know everybody's trying to have a healthier and try and like working out. I must tell you, this really motivates me because consistency, mainly when it comes to doing exercise, is really hard. So I'm really happy that you guys are facing the same things I am. I can see I'm not alone. Kat, how about you? What is the importance of consistency in your life? Are you a consistent person? Share with us. Oh, I think she froze. Yeah, right now when I called her. Okay, let's see and wait and see if she comes. Oh, okay, she left. Okay, then so I'm gonna escape to Luis. Luis, you kind of answered the question already, so I'm gonna share with you question number 3. What do you think are potential drawbacks of being too consistent? Can there be anything bad on being too consistent?
I don't know. I don't know exactly if I don't remember now a drawback, but I'm sure that have because sometimes when you get too hard in something to learn something and to do something could be a little bit dangerous. For example, I'm going to the gym. It's very good, but I cannot do exercise there too hard. Of course, I need to respect my body to start at my time, and sometimes I want to take a rest. I put for me the number of 4 days a week in the gym. For me, it's too much and sufficient. And this is good, of course, for me. For example, in another aspect, I want to learn a new language. And well, there is some years that I'm learning English, and this is a process. And I will not get other language the same speed. I will not have the same results. For example, I'm getting into an English immersion, and for me it's good. I think I can speak. But if I do this in another language, maybe I become frustrated because I'm starting to learn, of course, and I'm trying to get not so hard. For example, I'm taking a rest to keep the information. There's a lot of information on our life. Sometimes to get into too hard could be dangerous. And this is one
That's
of
true.
the drawbacks. I'm not sure about drawbacks of being consistent, but I think that this could be one.
Very good. And I saw you've been learning French now too, right? I saw you were
Yes,
in the.
yes.
That's amazing.
Yes, I had been participating in 3 immersions. It was very good, very, very good. But I'm not keep this too hard.
Mhm. Yeah, I feel you. And
Yes.
it's nice what you said about other language too, because now I've been learning Spanish since last year, and the process is really difficult. Like these months that we were like on vacation, and I like didn't have classes and everything. Like yesterday, I came back to the classes and it was like so hard. You know, I didn't remember most of the things, and it's hard to compare with my development in English, because I've been studying English for, I don't know, 10 years, you know, or more. So it's really hard for us to like not to compare ourselves, right? In our
Yes.
own journey, you know. It's really difficult. Very good. Pedro, what do you think about it? Any
I
other
totally
drawback?
feel you because I'm trying to start French this year. And every time that I try to start, I say, oh, I don't know how to say hi. So I would need to learn everything again. And this is something very hard to start, but maybe I will. I'm trying. And about the question, if this can have some drawbacks, I totally think yes. Everything that is excessive is dangerous. So, oh, I want to get fit. So I want to get health. So I will work out every day. Maybe you can get injured. So this is dangerous. Also to study, if you really want to know English, so I will read it and do things in English the whole day. This can be excessive and you will be tired and not learning more, because there are moments that you need to rest. There are moments that you need to have a break. There are moments that you need to enjoy and to forget that you have your full energy back to start that again. So I think that consistency is not eternity. So it's not start and never stop doing that. So I think, yes, we need to have consistent, but we need some breaks in the while.
Yes, really, really important. And I was thinking here also of like flexibility, you know. Sometimes if we are too consistent, we don't enjoy special moments, you know, like when you go to a restaurant and there is like someone with their lunch, or they take their own
It's
food and they are
I in
not
this moment
enjoying.
I'm trying to get a diet, and I go to the bar and I don't drink, I don't eat, and this is totally boring.
Yeah, but like I feel you, and I totally agree that there are some moments that like we need to be more restrict, you know, on some things. But like depending on the moment, if you are too much, like, oh, I won't visit my family because I need to go to the gym, and I will never like have, like, you know, sometimes you are so consistent that you miss
Other
important
things.
moments, you know.
Yeah.
So sometimes it is important being like this because you want to achieve something, or like achieving that goal is your priority. But there are some other moments that you are just missing important things, you know. What do you think about it, Mateus? Any other drawbacks? Do you agree with the guys?
Yes, I do agree. I was thinking about uh, when I have enrolled in Talk and Talk. I remember the first month. The first month I scheduled every day through through immersions, but as it was, I think was so intense. So tipo, like I was doing it every day, and it comes to a time that it gets kind of I lose the enthusiasm for it, and uh, other things was happening in my life. So then I left it aside, and then I came back this year. But this year I put uh, an objective that is to come at least one time for the week. It's sufficient to start. Then I can start coming in another days too. But at least the minimum is one, and it's a reasonable goal. I think that uh, another potential drawbacks may be when if you are consistent in bad habits, maybe. This can be this can be bad. This can be bad.
That's true. Just like Pedro was saying, like we are so consistent on using our cell phones, right?
Yes,
And
yes. It's a good
or
example.
yeah, or for example, I've been really consistent on eating unhealthy food, which is something bad. And every time I go to the gym, I get tired, while I'm doing I don't have the same endurance when I'm doing exercises when I eat an unhealthy food, which is really bad. So I'm trying to organize myself to eat healthier, to eat more fruits, because this really changes the energy we have while we are working out. So that's a good point, Mateus. Thank you so
Yes,
much.
just to add something to this specifically, for me, this I think that was the key to change my consistency in the gym, to eat healthier, because I feel better at the training. I can do more things. I can lift more weight. So it's very important to eat healthy. But I try to be consistent too in organizing myself and cooking for the week, and those things are I think it's the hardest part for me.
Yes, it is. Yeah. Yeah, I think like it's good because I have my mom here and she usually helps me, like, oh, you should do this or that, or she always motivates me to cook for the week. So we usually cook for the next 2 weeks, the lunch at least, and it's great. It's really helpful because I don't need to cook during the day, so it's nice. Well, guys, let me see what other question I want to ask you. I want to skip to question number 7. How can someone find motivation to stay consistent? And what do you do when you can't find motivation? Is motivation everything? Does it exist or not? It's just about discipline. What do you think about it, Pedro? Let's start with you.
This is a hard one. So for me, the most important thing is that I really want that. For example, in the last year, I was feeling fat and not healthy, and I told for me, and I said, I need to get health again. So in the first day is hard, and the second day is hard too. In the first week is still hard, and the first month will be hard, but I want that. So I'm doing even disliking. So, but I'm doing. And a way that I ever think that help us to continue and do that is when we can see the improvement that we are making. So in the beginning, it's hard because we can sense and feel or see the improvement. It's like English. So in the first day, you don't know it, but after 1 month, you say, oh, I know a little now. So I'm getting thin again. So I'm improving. So when you can see the improvement, the achievement that you are, the steps that you are achieving. So this is something that I totally think that help us to continue doing that. So because that, I think people like intensity because it's something that you can see the results in the first moment, but this is not for a long time. This is momentaneous, but consistency, you can perceive and realize in the moment, but if you continue that until the moment that you perceive and realize that you're achieving these steps, so you get more focused and say, oh, this is helping me, this worth it, so you can continue that.
Yes, amazing, amazing. Yeah, very good. I totally agree with you. I think for me, this is like this thing of being consistent. It's definitely something I've been struggling with for, I don't know, a year maybe. Mainly when it comes to the gym and everything. And my therapist has always told me, like, for remember the reason you started doing it, so I started going to the gym because it was important for my health. Then when you feel you are not that motivated, like, just try to remember why you started, and this really really helps me. But yeah, like, just like Luis was saying, I feel that sometimes we won't find motivation, and like, we just need to do it because it is important and because it's necessary, like, oh, okay, I need to go to the gym because it's important for me, for my health. It is important to take some time for me. And I think we won't always be like motivated and excited, and that's where discipline comes. And we're going to talk about discipline in a few minutes. So let's talk about it. Mateus, what do you think? Share with us your.
Yes, I totally agree. Sometimes we don't find motivation, but we have to do it anyway. And I agree with Pedro. When we begin to see the results, we look back on the work we've already done. This can be a source of motivation, but sometimes it just doesn't come. So you have to find another ways to trigger at least the behavior of you starting the thing that you should do. Uh, I think that, like, organization helps a lot. Like, uh, we 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 talked a lot about gym, so having your clothes prepared for going to the gym, it's a good thing that even if you are not motivated, you see the clothes you separated the other day, you remember, oh, I I separated because yesterday I know I want this for me, but today I'm not motivated, but I will take it and go even if I don't really want to go. I think that at least for me, organization is key. And yes, motivation may not even exist.
Very good. No, and it's nice to know what you said about organization. I was reading an article yesterday about something called depression room. That is basically your mess influencing our mental health. This is
Yes.
really, and I was thinking about that last week. My bedroom was so messy, and I was talking to my therapist. I think there is something connected to my mind, like to my mental health. And like, we started trying to find the source, like, where did this come from. And it is still messy, you can see, because of the filter and everything, but it's an everyday process.
Mine too.
I love the blur, it helped a lot.
Yes.
Very good, Mateus. Thank you so much. Let's hear from Luis now. And Luis, do you think motivation exists, Luis?
Well, I don't know. I really don't know. In my case, for example, I have some goals to achieve that it's like a bet. I don't know if I will really achieve some goals, but I'm trying. I'm trying to focus on the way, all right, on the process, and uh, this helps me to sometimes not to get lost in this way, this can help me. And in the French learning, for example, I'm not getting into so hard, and I'm trying to do a little bit every day. It's like a consistency. And when we talk about go to the gym, for example, last week I changed one day at the gym to ride a bike, and it's very good. And sometimes we don't have motivation because we just need to take a rest. Of course, maybe our mind are fully and with a lot of information, and just take a rest. I don't know if really exists motivation, but that's it.
Amazing, amazing, very good. Thank you so much for sharing. I think not thinking too much is a good thing, right? Well, I wanna change a little bit questions and ask you guys. There is a question here, number 8, that is, how can consistency be used to motivate learners? And would you say you are consistent with your studies? It's written your, but it's you are. So I will just fix it here. Of course, I know all of you guys are always here. You are consistent, of course, at least on attending the immersions you are. What helps you to be consistent in the learning process? Like, do you choose the subject when you are attending an immersion, or you just set a time, at 9 I will be here? Is the topic important of the immersion? Can you share a little bit about it? Let's start with you, Pedro.
I think for me, for example, schedule helps a lot in constant when I have an agenda. So in this moment, I need to do that because I know that flexibility is good, but when we have flexibility, you have the option to don't do in this moment, and you have the time to do in this moment. So I can work out in any moment you won't go. So it's ever that. If you have, for example, a class every day at 10, you need to have in this class. You don't have the option to say, oh, I will go in the 11, I will go in the noon. So I think schedule is something that helps us to maintain the constants. But the good and the bad part in the Talk and Talk is that we have a lot of options during the day. So I can do an immersion at 8, or I can do it at 10, or I can do it at 11, or in the afternoon. So we have a lot of options. And because that, I'm trying to connect in one immersion per day at least. But this can be in the morning, in the afternoon, and there are days that I don't do that. But I think that it's something that, for example, for me that help is the host. I think something that for me is something that make difference. The subject totally, because there are ones that a little boring. So there are subjects that is not something that you feel that, oh, the conversation is something fluent and nice to maintain. It's something that may a little boring. So this also impact. And I think this too, the host and the subject are the most important.
I feel you. Yes, I think like nowadays for me to attend an immersion, for sure, these two are the main points too. Of course, I am here as a hostess, but I also attend immersion sometimes, like usually the time like helps me a lot. But yeah, I think setting a time, like, of course, sometimes we won't schedule on the website and everything, but knowing you are going to do this helps a lot. Like yesterday, I went to the first charla of the year, and it was really good, like when I left and I felt, oh, I did something for my Spanish this week. That's awesome. It's really good. Very good, Pedro. And let's hear from Luis now. And Luis, share with us.
Well, how can consistent be used to motivate learners? I really don't know, because for me it's I always want to learn English, and this was not exactly problem to me. But yes, I think I am consistent on my studies, in some subjects not too hard learn, and others I need to be, and I am. And well, in my case, I like to see the subject, but this is not a mandatory term to choose the immersion. For me, the people who are hosting is very important. And sometimes I schedule a meeting in a topic that I really don't know, but it's important to think about it. I think I improve my communication skill, not even in English, and I think about something new. And yes, as Pedro said, I think it's very important to have a schedule, but I don't do this exactly for a lot of reasons. My job, sometimes I prefer to go to the gym in another time, and this is my case, of course.
Very good. That's
And
nice.
that's
Yeah,
it.
I think it's nice to know that the host influence, the choice, because it's the same for me. So good to know. And you are so consistent, Luis. I totally feel you that like sometimes not scheduling is like not the best option for us. But if you know like, oh, okay, I won't schedule, but I know every night I have an immersion to go. Just open the website and click on the link and go, right? So
Yes, yes. And this is a big advantage that TNT bring to my life, that there is a lot of options. And I think that I just need to get into the immersion and try to speak and try to hear. For me, it's very important.
yeah.
Very, very important. And
Okay.
that's it.
Thank you so much for sharing with us. What about you, Mateus?
Oh, well, how consistency can be used to motivate learners? Uh, I think that when we are learning something and we are being consistent, we begin having more confidence in ourselves. I think this is something that can be used to motivate a lot. Uh, I agree with you, what Pedro said about scheduling. For me, it's very important because it's what he said about when you don't have the appointment in your agenda, you think, yes, I could do it now, but uh, I may won't do. And I think that uh, for me at least, what motivates me the most, it's that in English, talking about English, it's that I can speak and hear other people and uh, understand what other people are saying, and knowing that I can't communicate. I may have a lot to improve, but uh, it's it's very nice to know that I can communicate with uh, millions of other people because I know at least the intermediate of a language, and I want to learn other languages too, but English it's my priority because of job and mainly because of job and study. But I would want to learn other languages because of this, because I think it gives us access uh, to to people around the world that speaks the language that you are learning. And I think this is awesome. You are muted,
Oh,
bro.
sorry. Okay, now I'm here. And I was thinking here while we were talking that there is this myth, mainly when we're talking about languages and English, a lot of teachers selling courses like, oh, learn English in 3 months or learn English in 6 years, like, oh, if you start studying today, in this amount of time you're going to learn. And then when you are in the process and you buy like one of these courses, you will see that it doesn't work like this, and then you will understand that if you are not like consistent in 3 months, you won't learn everything you are expecting, right? So it takes time to feel comfortable and to be good, so it's really, really hard.
Yes, and another thing about specifically learning languages, it's that if you don't practice it like with a consistency, you, at least for me, I begin to forget a lot of things, and at least I don't know. I think that when we come to a level, we don't forget a lot of basic things. We have it in our heads naturally, but to reach this level, I think it takes consistency.
Definitely. That's why all of us here are doing such a great job. We are talking about many, many different things, and just like Luis was saying, when we have the chance to talk about things that are completely different for us that we're not familiar with, this is really, really helpful. So I love it. Well, I'm gonna skip to the last one. We are almost running out of time. So what do you tend to do in 2023 to be more consistent and achieve your goals? Let's start from you, Luis. And share also with us, what are your goals? What do you want to achieve this year or in the future? And what are you doing to get there?
Yes, I don't have plans. I don't have goal. I have plans, but I don't have goals exactly for these years. I have some goals that I can achieve this year or even in the next, of course. But I'm trying for this year to do small steps, of course. I would like to eat better. I I I don't consider myself. I'm not consider myself that I am a I have a good uh, food. I eat good as I would like, and I try to do small steps. Sometimes avoid some foods that could be not so good. And yes, as I said, small steps. I would like to learn new language, and I'm trying to do small steps in French. And that's it. I will keep in touch with the English immersions. I have some professional goals. These sometimes I need to take with more hard, of course, but that's it. Keep going to the gym. Sometimes avoid not health food. That's it. Not big steps, of course.
I got you. Very good. No, that's amazing. And it's nice, what you said. I think like taking big steps and being patient with ourselves too is a good point, like, oh,
Yes.
there will be some days we won't want to do stuff, but okay, I will be patient. I will understand my feelings, but I need to do this. I need to go to the gym. I need to do my stuff, right? Very good. Mateus, how about you?
So, as I said in the beginning, recently I discovered that I have ADHD. So I already begin the treatment. So I'm taking medicine now, but and I feel it helped a lot with doing things. So mainly starting things, I think. And this year I want to use it to uh, try to achieve goals that are goals that I've been trying to achieve for years now, but this year I think that I can focus more and try to achieve them. Uh, those goals are mainly professional. I want to work in a company where I would speak English like for work. This is something that I've been trying to do, but not related to work. I think that I want to do more things with my family and my friends. Uh, and I think that being consistent in this goal, it's like remembering to send a message to my mom or my grandma like every day, and to do things in the weekend that are not related to work, uh, just to relax and to be with people. I think that mm, this year, this is something that I want to do. I want to do more.
Amazing, very good. Couldn't agree more with you. That's awesome. And these are amazing steps. And it's good to know you are like taking medicine and you are treating or like at least trying to handle the process, right? So that's really, really good. Let's hear from you, Pedro, while I bring the guys back. What about you?
Okay, so I'll be very quick. So the first one is to get health and shape it. The second is about my goals in the professional way. And the third is about my studies. So I need to have a master's degree. So I intend to start this year. And the fourth is that I'm engaged and I need to prepare my marriage. So this is my 4 steps that I have for this year.
Like, is the wedding going to be this year or next year?
No,
Like, do you know?
September 24.
That's awesome.
I need time to set that because it's a hard work.
Of course, it's big event, right? You need to organize stuff previously. That's amazing. I'm happy for you and thank you so much for sharing. Welcome back. How was the conversation, Fernando? Share with us. Let me see what question I can ask you. The last one. What do you intend to do this year to be more consistent and achieve your goals?
The conversation was great, first of all. I loved it. And sorry, I'm not seeing the questions. The question is about this year. What I want to do this year. Okay.
Yes, I don't know. Zoom is crazy, but what do you want to do this year in order to achieve your goal?
Okay. Actually, I don't know. I will keep trying. I guess that's the thing that we can do, because I've tried a lot of times, keep consistency with my things, and I failed a lot. But I think Edna said something like that we need to keep the consistency to achieve the consistency. So we need to keep trying over and over again. And that's why what I'm going to do. I want to change small things, but I will keep trying.
Yes, like, and even if you fail, it's okay. You need to start over and like keep doing it again, right? That's amazing. Very good. Thank you so much. Let's hear from you now, Edna. Let me see. Do you have some tips on how to be more consistent?
Yes. I don't know I don't have tips, but I try. In my case, when I go, I divide in the single steps and for example, the English, learning English. In nowadays, I decided the learning French, and I reserved the hours and the short time for the practice every day. Listen, reading, or the practice or the participations of the meeting. is very important. The consistencies and the I divided in this more little steps, but the steps is the very every day practice every day. I try because in my case every day I need practice physical exercises, meditations, and the languages every day.
Every day, yeah, it's not.
Every day.
Amazing.
And the day is 24 hours, and
Yeah.
I reduce the time, the short times and the
Amazing. Okay, no, that's good. That's good. That's really good. It's such an inspiration for us. And thank you so much for sharing. Guys, it was a pleasure. I want to thank Sarah and Lou because I didn't talk to them, but it's always a pleasure to have you here, girls. Thank you so much for coming. Lou, I want to see you here next week too. I was thinking I haven't chosen the topic for the meeting next week, but Mateo said he's going through some job interviews. So I'm going to bring some job interview questions that we can talk next week. All right. I sent the link for you to send the feedback here in the chat. You can just say if you liked the meeting, suggest topics. Please go there. It's really important, okay, for me and for everybody to see if you're enjoying. If you want to send complaints too, it's okay because it's anonymous, so nobody will know. All right. Thank you guys for coming. On Friday at 5 p.m., we're going to have a talk about cannabis, weed, and all of these drugs. It's going to be really nice. I'm really excited to talk about that for the first time, and you guys are invited. Okay. Have a great morning, a great Wednesday, and see you soon. Thank you, guys.
See
Lou,
you.
have a nice day.
Cool. Okay.